Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. The beloved Today Show, Weatherman talks about the harrowing medical issues he faced and how he pulled through with support from his wife, kids, and work family. Al Roker has returned to work after going on a 2 month hiatus from the Today Show after a health crisis left him hospitalized twice for up to weeks at a time. I am blessed to be alive, Roker said in an interview. Roker's health issues began back in November 2021 when it was discovered that he had blood clots in his lungs. Doctors also discovered that the weatherman also was bleeding internally. After becoming clinically stable, Roker was discharged by doctors to go home with extremely close follow-up the day after discharge to ensure he was stable. But his health started to become a concern again, and the next morning, Roker was rushed back to the hospital, showing new signs of bleeding without no direct source on where it was coming from, and surgery was immediately performed. The bleeding was due to a perfection in his duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, and during a lengthy surgery, his medical team repaired it, resectioned part of his colon, and removed his gallbladder. And despite the near fatal experience, Roker has remained positive every step of the way with the help of his wife, Deborah reports. Here's the beauty of it, he said. For the most part, I have no idea what happened. It's Deborah's narrative in a way, because I was laying in bed and it's like, okay, yeah, take some more blood, you give me a scan, whatever you got. But Deborah was the rock and would liaison with the doctors. Al Roker went to work striding through the doors of NBC News Studio 1A in New York City's Rockefeller Center at the crack of dawn with his trademark vim and vigor. But this was no ordinary work day. It was the first time Roker had returned to the Today Show after a 2 month hiatus that left him hospitalized twice up to week at a time and close to dying. Offset and on-air, Roker's war greeted with cheers, too many laughs, hugs, count even tear. We missed him so much, co-anchor Suhaneha Guthrie says. Their ever-ebullient colleague Roker, known for cracking jokes on air and behind the scenes and making his co-workers laugh, missed his Today Show family as well. It's good to be back, he says. Roker's health issues started in early November when he woke up in the middle of the night with severe stomach pains. He went to see his internist. Home ran scans that showed he had blood clots in his lungs. Doctors were treating with blood clots with endocrinologists. When they discovered he was bleeding internally, that meant they had to temper the use of the blood thinner they were giving him while they tried to figure out what was causing the bleeding. Though Roker missed his first Mackey's Day parade in 27 years, he was able to spend the day with his wife and children. Closely following doctor's orders, Roker went back to his internist the next morning. The doctor checked his blood work, observed stable vital signs, and let him go back home, Colonel Sussman says. But later that day, Roker started feeling faint and was rushed back to the hospital, showing new signs of bleeding, says Sussman. By this point, he had undergone countless tests, CT scans, and MRIs to find the source of bleeding, but doctors were still unsure of the cause. His medical team decided to perform surgery to definitely identify the bleeding source, she says. It turned out that the bleeding was due to perforation in his duodenum, the first part of small intestine. During a nearly 7-hour surgery, his medical team repaired it, resectioned it, part of his colon, and removed his gallbladder. One reason Roker's issues were so hard to diagnose is because anatomical changes from a previous gastric bypass surgery made it difficult for doctors to see what was going on inside his abdomen, says Colonel Sussman. Throughout the ordeal, there were times when Roberts wasn't sure her husband of 27 years when going back to make, which was terrifying. Al Surgeon used the word catastrophic. Roberts recalls that was the clearest declaration of what we were up against. Calling Roker's experience life-threatening, Connell Sussman says there were multiple times when things were quite serious, but she adds he's a fighter. Roberts said her husband remained positive during the harrowing experience. Here's the beauty of it, he says, for the most part, I have no idea what happened. It's Deborah's narrative in a way because I was laying in bed and it's like, okay, take some more blood, you give me a scan, whatever you got. But Deborah was the rock and would liaison with the doctors. Rocker appreciates all the support he has received from the family and friends, including former NBC News colleague Tom Baraka, Jane Poale, and Brent Gumbel, as well as from CBC's News, Gail King, and ABC News, Robin Roberts. At the end of the day, he says we are all people, and at moments like this, everybody pulls together. I have missed you guys so much, Al Roker remarked on the Fridays today, telling his co-workers, you are my second family. Al Roker brought the sunshine and the showers on his first day back at Today, since blood clots in his leg and lungs sent him to the hospital. The 68-year-old weatherman returned to the popular NBC morning news program for the first time in studio appearance in 2 months, a milestone that was met with applause, laughter, and even a cry or two. The countdown is over. After nearly 2 months away, Al is ready to rejoin us here in Studio A1 and cannot wait to throw our arms around a ray of sunshine, anchor Sonia Guthrie explained at the top of the show. It is a really special day, and I'm sorry because of the tears are already flowing because Al Roker is back. Roker then walked on the show, hugging Guthrie and fellow anchor Huda Kottab, as they and the crew at Today applauded his appearance. To say we have missed you doesn't even begin to describe it, said Guthrie. It's nothing about you here. As much as we missed you, Al, I think the plaza missed you even more. Guthrie later said a fan outside held signs featuring Rocker's face and the words "Welcome back" in large letters. Signs for you, they are your people. The love was not lost on Rocker. I have missed you guys so very much, he remarked. You are my second family and it's great to be back and wearing pants. It's so much fun. My heart is just bursting, he said. I'm just so thrilled to see all of you and the crew right now. I'm running on adrenaline.